Hi, I'm Miyagi, and this is just going to be a basic end-season commentary over my last few games of last season. I finished number 448 in the world, which I know isn't anything that crazy by YouTube standards, and this also isn't my best finish, which is 322 on my other account from a couple of seasons ago. But I just wanted to make this video so I can document my progress, so I can look back on it when I'm better a year or so well in the future, and also just for fun, right? So yeah, and also just to be clear, this is a screen recording I took last season, and I'm doing a commentary over it, so yeah, no confusion there. At this point, I'm still not completely sure what they're playing, so just playing like normal. Unfortunately, missed the knight here, but no big deal because they spend 2 elixir in the barbaro anyway, so at worst it's a -1 trade. And here they do what I think is a pretty risky peck at the back, and I decided to punish with an Xbow opposite lane, and I decided to place the Xbow in the inside tile, which you will see could have been important here. I say could have, and you'll see why. But yeah, now just gonna have to defend a huge opposite lane push. So they push the bloom with the baby dragon, and I need to set up this defense really carefully. So make sure the baby dragon's on the Tesla and not on the skeletons, but still the P.E.K.K.A manages to get onto my Tesla, which is pretty problematic. If that balloon had gone all the way to my Tesla, it would have been dragged to my Xbow, which would have made the balloon go all the way in the opposite lane, and it would have been a really clean defense, but that did not happen, so I took a lot of damage here. But still, this situation's really good, I would say, because these P.E.K.K.A Lumberloon decks normally run freeze and not any big spell, so it's really hard for them to finish off low HP towers like this. So basically, if I'm just able to lock it down on defense, then I can close out the game really nicely before overtime. So yeah, basically just trying to stall for time here. And it's also really nice that I have an Evo Tesla in hand here, because you can see he goes Evo P.E.K.K.A at the back, and it's really nice to have your Evos when they have their Evos. You know, of course, would make it easier to defend, so basically this situation is pretty good. Pretty much just setting up the defense here and waiting for them to make their move. So you can see they go baby dragon again here, and really important, make sure the baby dragon's not on the skeletons just like before. And they go for an interesting play here, and I think normally people would just go for like direct balloon, which would be pretty predictable. So I think it was a good idea from them, but still it's just like so difficult to break through for them in this situation. Especially since I used both my Evos on that defense, so yeah, it's basically over from here. You're still making some attempts, as you can see, which I'd say is commendable, not giving up, but there's really no hope, especially now since the Evo Baby Dragon is out. Like, there is no way anything would be threatening. This matchup is really good for 3.0 Expo, so it's pretty difficult for them to win anyway, but I'll just speed up this last part and see you in the next match. So here in my second to last game of the season, I'm up against Oxalate. So yeah, I guess I just checked the recording. Espirit first play here, and he splits archers, so I do something kind of interesting here, I feel like. So normally when they split archers, you don't want to go with this Tesla, because most of the time split archers, well, you'd think it would be Xbow at least. So if you go Tesla there, they can just go Xbow and completely avoid the Tesla. But this guy plays a lot, so I kind of know his deck pool, and I thought like, he probably wasn't running Xbow, and even if he was, I know he's not like a one-trick, so even if he is playing Xbow, I don't think he'll know how to punish me, which is sort of a disrespectful play if you think about it, but it worked out fine here, so can't really argue with that. Now he goes for his second set of archers here, which means that he's going to have the evolution archers next, so I'll make sure to watch out for that. And yeah, so far just taking it slow, making sure not to screw up and give him a big chip lead, which would really cost me the game for sure. So here he goes Goblin Sign in the back, which is pretty interesting, because it's definitely like a little risky, but I have a supporting knight, so I go Xbow same lane because it'll prevent him from going bomb tower right in the Xbow. And here you can see he spends a lot on this Xbow defense. He goes Goblin Stein, Poison, Barbaro, which is 11, so yeah, that is quite a lot. So I decided to go in here and try to get out the evil archers. You can see him predicting it a bit with the fireball. And I don't go for like an actual prediction because that's kind of crazy, but yeah, so low-key though, I feel like this might not have been the best push, and it might have been better to go split archers at the back instead of placing the archers for the Goblin Sign and then going for like a split lane push with the Xbow on one side and a knight plus an archer on the other. But it's sort of hard to say. Pretty much just taking it slow here, not going for any crazy risky Xbows, because he can definitely just shut them down with a Goblin Stein or like a bomb tower with poison, I don't know, whatever. There's basically lots of options he has, especially with the Evo archers as well, and the normal archers, just really good against the Xbow. So here I think I made a bit of a mistake here. I probably should have gone in with Evil Archers because his Goblin Stein was like quite a lot out of cycle, and also, you know, Evil Archers are really strong on offense, but yeah, I decided to go play it safe with Knight in the back, which I think was a mistake. But now I'm able to go in. You can see I have like more troops on the field than him, so it's very safe. His Goblin Stein's out of cycle yet again, so he has to cycle all the way back, which he's not able to, it looks like, because he goes for a Bomb Tower, Poison, all that other stuff instead. So yeah, so far up by 100 damage, which is not bad, but it is same lane, which is not what you want against Graveyard. It's like always better to go opposite lane against Graveyard with Exo Cycle. So yeah, I don't know why he did that Goblin Stein like in that lane, because I want to go opposite lane anyway. But yeah, it works out well for me. I get a really big lock here, and yeah, now it's just like a huge 700 damage lead, which even though this is a pretty rough matchup, is definitely enough to make it like very losable for him. So yeah, same thing, taking it slow from the back. I decided to log the right side archer, which I think was just to play it safe in case he decides to go in on that lane. But yeah, here he just goes with a super aggressive Graveyard. There's nothing taking for it, so probably not ideal for him. And yeah, just trying to maintain the lead, not take any chip damage. So here I go for a Tesla, which was basically just to like help out on defense, and also more importantly cycle to an Evo Tesla, which is really good if you're trying to shut down any chances of them making a comeback and getting damage, which that's the goal here. So he goes super aggressive with the Poison, Goblin Stein, and everything, so it should be pretty safe to go in here. He's just gonna have to place cards low and beats up into the Xbow, and I catch his Evil Archers here, which was pretty obvious. He had to go for those because, like I said, no Goblin Stein, and so he basically just has like cycle cards and archers, so not very many options, especially after you use the Bomb Tower. So yeah, I decided to go pretty aggressive here using the Evo Tesla on offense because I thought I was up a bit here. And you can see he's like really struggling on this defense. I get a second Expo down, which is just like if this ever happens, like it's probably not a good position for you. For your opponent, sorry. So here I go with the Tesla, and like the Tesla is not like super obvious whether it's worth it or not, but I know I'm able to cycle back to another Xbow, which you can see here. So the Tesla is still providing value for me, which is pretty nice. And yeah, 20 seconds left. Basically just have to try and lock it down on defense. And as long as I don't mess up super bad, I should have this game in the bag. So like I said, I really don't think this is the best matchup because Goblin Stein and Evil Archers are really good against the Xbow. So they can go really aggressive with the Graveyard and still be able to defend using the Goblin Stein or Archers or something. So yeah, on to the next game. Now into the last game here, we're up against Thunderboy, and I loaded in kind of late because I think I was starting up the recording, so thankfully they didn't go hog first play or something, otherwise I could have just straight lost right there, which would have been bad. But yeah, so it's pretty clear just from those first few cards, it's probably going to be Mortar Bait, and I also know this guy's a Mortar Bait player, so yeah, it is definitely that deck. So I like to just take this matchup slow and single and make sure nothing crazy happens, because once you get to double, I feel like it's pretty chill to defend. It can still be pretty difficult if they're really good at pressuring with their deck, but yeah, it should for the most part be a pretty good matchup. So yeah, just taking it slow for now. And here, I thought he was going to go Goblins behind the Cannon Cart, so I fireballed, but even though he didn't, it's still not the worst trade. So it's fine. And yeah, thankfully the Rascal Boy doesn't get a hit here. Yep. So 1 minute in, no damage yet, which is where we want to be. And when they go Mortar like this, I like to go with like super quick archers sometimes, because a lot of the time they're not prepared for it, and like if they're actually decent at the deck, they're not just gonna spam like Mortar, Cannon Cart, the bridge. Otherwise, that's just like way too much elixir on offense, and they can get punished for that. So I think that Archers at the bridge works pretty well a lot of the time. And yeah, E-Spirit just to be safe, but I didn't place it fast enough anyway. So here, yeah, I fireballed the Rascals just because I didn't want to place my other cards. It's not the best trade because it's on his strong side tower, but I'd say it's fine. I know this is kind of a lot of overthinking, but I think it's good to pay attention to the details here. So yeah, I probably should have logged left side here because Rascal Girl and the Cannon Cart just like shredded my Knight. So you can see I had to waste my Evo Tesla here, which definitely not what I wanted to do. But yeah, not the end of the world. So here he tries to punish me, wasting my Evo Tesla by going skeleton barrel the other side. I just drag with my Xbow, although I definitely should have logged those last skeletons there because my whole Xbow just got wiped out. I was hoping that the Evo Tesla would clear the skeletons, but that did not happen, so should have logged. So yeah, just chilling, cycle stuff in the back. Okay, here I went defensive Xbow because my other cards were log, fireball, Tesla, and I didn't want to use any of those against the cannon card because it could have messed up my cycle. So the defensive Xbow isn't like amazing here because he got the fireball. I just didn't want to risk it by placing the other cards. Now, a mistake I think a lot of people might make here is that they would fireball the rascals, but this would be a pretty bad mistake because, as you can see, he has the evil mortar. And the problem with fireballing the rascal there is if you don't have fireball in hand, then he can just stack everything in front of the mortar and it'll just be impossible to take the evil mortar out. But since I didn't do that, I was just able to fireball the mortar and get chip damage on the tower at the same time, and been really safe at least. And yeah, you can still defend after fireballing the rascal probably, but like it could get really dicey and then they start stacking mortars and you don't want to put yourself through that, especially when you're already up damage. You don't need to take risks like that. So definitely the right call there. Yeah, some more just same defending stuff. This matchup is just kind of like really slow like this, so might not be the most interesting, but yeah, I guess it's just how this game goes sometimes. Yeah, but just maintaining the same consistent 600 damage lead. And also, this match, like a part of the reason why this matchup's kind of boring right now is also because like he screwed up and let me get this damage lead. So there's just no pressure for me to like do anything. I can just fireball in defense and I don't have to worry about spell cycling at all. So yeah, you really don't want to be down damage like this against Xbow with these kinds of decks. Maybe if you're beat down, it's still possible, but here it's just like he has to really like get something nice in offense if he wants to catch up on damage at this point. So here a defensive Xbow, which it's sort of just giving him the fireball on my tower with the Xbow, but I think it's fine because there's only 30 seconds left, and if he does that play, it's just gonna slow down the game so much, and from that point, like, there's no way he's breaking through if he did that play, which he didn't do. And now from here on out, it's just holding out to the end of the game. Pretty nice that the Tesla locks onto the evil mortar, but probably would have been fine either way. It could have just stalled for time. And yeah, just play stuff in the middle, make sure nothing weird happens. Fireball at the end wasn't even needed, but why not? And yeah, that was my last game of the season on this account, so pretty nice that it was able to end out this way. Yeah, pretty good matchup too, by the way, like I said earlier. Just as long as you don't slip up on defense, you can win pretty consistently just off the spell cycle. And that's pretty much how my last season went. Here you can see my profile if you want to know a little more about me. I started playing this game like day 2 basically, and I only really started improving like way after in 2021. And yeah, you can see on my first 20 win challenge I got 20 wins, and that was cool. And this was with Xbow, by the way. And I quit for a while, unfortunately, and then I came back in 2024 and I was washed. You can see I only made it to 18 wins here, and then in 2025 that's when I got my first top 1k. Was in this season for the 20 win challenge, so that was cool. And also here's how my profile looks like now. Like I said earlier, my best finish is on my other account, but this is what I got on this one now. You can see legacy best, and these are my stats and stuff. And also here's my other account, so 6,000 battles won. And I did play on this one last season, which normally I only play on one account, but I guess I wanted to try it out last season playing on 2, so that was too much for me. So I was trying to push higher on this account actually, but I just ran out of steam near the end. But yeah, I usually play more on this account, so yeah, if you API this main account right here, then like I probably won't be super active on it, but yeah, that's just how it is, I guess. And also, I guess if anyone's watching right after this comes out and wants to add me, here's my friend link, so that's cool. And this is my first video. I'll probably post more, but I don't think I'm going to do gameplay like this because, like I said earlier, there's already other really good Xbow players like Best in A or Aragon that you can watch for gameplay anyway. And also, like I said, the point of this video was to document my progress, so a year from now, I'll probably, hopefully, be watching this video, and if I am, would be cool if I had a top 100 by then. Let me know, future me, let me know. Or at least top 200 would be good enough, just to like improve at least. But yeah, that's all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.